Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the HarlequinCoHO Invitational Tournament Grand Finals. This is Game 3 in a best-of-5 between AFKNinja and ProPipe. ProPipe, having lost the last game, gets to choose the map, and this map is, of course, Angoville, and they have swapped their factions once again. So, let me go ahead and get this game started. In the northern position, we have ProPipe playing as his airborne commander. Let me go ahead and swap on over to his point of view here. You can see he does have airdrop smoke, air reconnaissance, airborne power drop, airdrop supply drops, and strafing run. He is going to, looks like he's going to be building a barracks right away here, and we'll have to see what's coming out for him. Meanwhile, on the southern side of the map, we do have AFKNinja playing as AFKNinja, his Blitzkrieg commander, and Blitzkrieg, he does have infantry pillage. It looks like he's got flares, stormtroopers, manpower blitz, and heavy armor support. Pretty solid build there. We've definitely seen him have a lot of success with this in the past, and it looks like for the most part he's just going to go right into our Wehrmacht quarters. So we'll have to see what kind of game is in store for us right now as he just kind of spreads out and caps points, choosing to go for his fuel point right away. Meanwhile, it looks like ProPipe sending his second squad of engineers over to cap his fuel point. Meanwhile, sending his engineers out here to grab this high munitions point here. So this is a common tactic, is grabbing this one disconnected munitions point, which can only be connected by this one strategic point here, and then sending the first unit out of your barracks to connect it all up together. I think in the long run, it's a little bit faster. So. Meanwhile, looks like AFKNinja just kind of spreading out across the map right now. Bargain Volksgrenadiers moving towards the center a little bit, with his Pioneers just kind of scooting around here on the outside. We'll have to see. AFKNinja in the past has really not shown any interest in capping victory points too early on, and it looks like today is no exception. He's just going to leave that for the time being and secure more lucrative properties. So. You can see here, just as we suspected, the riflemen coming out here by ProPipe are capping the strategic point now, hoping to grab all this together, and the engineers continue to move on down. And while we're waiting it all out, let me take a look at the mini-map here and just kind of give us a quick overview of where everything is at here. So far, for the most part, a nice middle split going on, but it looks like AFKNinja may perhaps be spreading out a little bit more aggressively and kind of grabbing more of the map here. So. Let's see what's going on. We heard a couple of shots ring out from these Bargain Volksgrenadiers and the Venerable Volksgrenadiers. So this is the exact same opening we've seen before, and we can even see AFKNinja right now is making a motorcycle. So opting to have harassing on both sides of the map, that's not a bad idea. Here we have it, the Accomplished Motorcycle, a fine unit indeed. So an all-hero opening for the most part from AFKNinja, even with his field Pioneers out there. Looks like his regular old Pioneers just kind of moving on up, capping this field point as well, and just kind of challenging ProPipe's early game for the most part. You can see that it is roughly a 50-50 split, but ProPipe has not managed to capture enough of the positions on his side of the map there. Looks like the riflemen are moving on in right now, just to kind of back things up. And just to add a little bit of extra support, we do have this Accomplished Motorcycle kind of scooting on in here, providing a little bit of suppressing fire. Beep, beep. That is not good, though. You do not want to get a Accomplished Motorcycle that close to a bunch of riflemen. They can very easily damage the engine and just kind of swarm it. Oh, God, no, Accomplished Motorcycle, keep moving, sir. You're in danger. I hope you understand. He's definitely not moving. He could be perhaps be busy on the left-hand side a little bit. He does get a single kill, but now he is definitely just kind of cluttered up here with riflemen. Oh, no, rifleman damaging the engine. He's just moving at just a snail's pace right now, trying to get the heck on out of here. Poor little... Oh, and the sidecar pops off, and the flaming motorcycle just goes careening away. Boom. That's a fun way to go. That's how I want to go when I get shot on my motorcycle. Anyhow, I don't own a motorcycle. I don't know what I'm talking about. Bargain Volksgrenadiers in the north, capping deep into ProPipe's territory here, threatening to cap pretty much everything on the left-hand side. Definitely leaving this munitions point up for the time being. That can be a little bit tricky. No, it looks like these slow as molasses Venerable Volksgrenadiers are going to be going for that. And meanwhile, oh, it looks like these Bargain Volksgrenadiers were trying to set up maybe a little bit of a barbed wire wall there, but these riflemen are not going to be having any of that. They're just kind of moving straight on in, putting a little bit of pressure up there. Notice, by the way, lots of good barbed wire here, everywhere, just kind of really making a tangled mess out of this side of the map. Not a bad idea. We've definitely seen other players do that. ProPipe for the time being moving on in here. He does have flamethrower engineers and a bunch of riflemen coming on in here, and we do see just a regular heavy machine gun squad with 15% armor and 15% damage, so really brutal heavy machine gun squad, but facing completely the wrong way. And oh, almost a completely beautiful flank here by ProPipe, but unfortunately ProPipe stepped on a crippling trap, and then he lost his flamethrower engineers, so that crippling trap really paid off. Always a good idea to use that ability if you do have those field pioneers, and just drop them all over the place, because you can see, look at how many extra casualties this rifleman squad is taking because they're retreating at a snail's pace there. Let them retreat, please, begging with his opponent. But again, we can see this nice little barbed wire wall. It helps kind of funnel your opponent into just one narrow hallway here. This barbed wire here also prevents a little bit of flanking action, and if you can complete it by walling off up here, it's a very solid way to take control of the left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, scooting all the way over here onto the right, we can see that these engineers just kind of capping away. And it is always advantageous to control the right-hand side of the map because it does have double victory points on it, but AFKNinja, I'm sure, is well aware of this and has long-term plans to take care of that problem. But for the time being, he wants the left-hand side of the map very badly, and you can see he's holding onto it quite well. We do have some mines here. This is always a very dangerous intersection, this little T intersection here. And we even have some Volksradiers really deep into ProPipe's territory right now. You can see this Volk squad holding up in the building with these Volksradiers, just kind of exchanging some light fire. Once again, we see that ProPipe has gone for the fast Browning automatic rifles, so spending all of his early game fuel on Brownings, giving him a strong early game presence here. You can see right now just having triple Browning squads moving in is a really difficult force for AFKNinja to deal with. That rat-a-tat-ta is a great sound. Putting a lot of damage, just kind of stalling, holding out in this building here, but really this squad is toast. It's going to have to retreat. Probably it'll take another casualty and then run out and retreat. But even at that point, it's really risking losing everybody. Oh, God, squad, get out of there. Here they are retreating right now. ProPipe moving right in for the kill. He just wants to block these units, putting tons of firepower into them, and oh, that entire Volk squad getting taken out. Meanwhile, this squad up here is just getting wrecked as well. So ProPipe doing a pretty good job. I'm going to swap on over to ProPipe's point of view just to keep track of his army. He does have all the early game abilities here. You can see he just has unlocked smoke. But for the most part, just a brutal squad, a four rifleman squad and one engineer. He does not have the time to build a second engineer squad since he lost his first his previous second engineer squad. So you can see now that he has upgraded this squad of engineers to have flamethrowers. He is retreating home with one squad of riflemen and just kind of capping all this stuff here again, making sure he has solid control over the right-hand side of the map. Never a bad idea. It looks like he is laying some landmines in the center. This is always it's such a oh no, he's canceling it completely. Instead, going for these field pioneers who are trying to set up their own landmines, which are now canceled. If he's not careful, he's going to walk into AFKNinja's mines, and he's just kind of backing off for the time being. You can hear that heavy machine gun team just kind of taking control of this side of the map. Again, having a wall like this is beautiful because it just kind of keeps everybody in one nice little field of fire here for the heavy machine gun team. You can see that the only gap is perfectly covered by landmines. Really clever, just kind of intelligent, well thought out base defenses going on right now for AFKNinja. Not base defenses, but you know what I mean, territory defenses. You can see that this one obvious forward attacking area right now is just covered by landmines. He's got two sets of landmines there, one set of landmines here. Looks like he's setting up some more barbed wire just to kind of seal the deal here. So left-hand side of the map, really well controlled by AFKNinja. And for the time being, it looks like he's teched straight up to a Sturm Armory. So definitely going to be seeing some Pumas here. I'm going to go ahead and jump on down to AFKNinja just to see that. And yes, of course, we have a Puma armored car coming out. And still just a lot of infantry right now. Not even a sign of a supply yard yet. So that could be bad news for ProPipe if he gets blindsided. Oh, and here we go. Rifleman now moving in, and look at this death trap set up here. It's he's almost telegraphing the fact that there are landmines there, because of course, why would you leave one gap? You want people to naturally walk that way. But the other smart move is if he has other troops on this side of the map here, if ProPipe has riflemen that are forced to retreat, they will just naturally choose this as the way to run, and then they will run right across double landmines. It's also important in terms of just controlling retreat paths. So this serves a lot of purposes here. I know I'm focusing a lot on it, but there's not a lot of action going on right now, so why not? Puma armored car out on the field right now for AFKNinja. And things are looking good. I don't know why he's not sending, I guess he's building landmines and stuff, but he really wants to start capping some of this stuff on the right-hand side. But I don't think AFKNinja is too concerned with victory points for the time being. He just wants to make sure he has a dominant map position, and that's exactly what he's setting himself up for. It looks like just holding out in this building was a good enough move here. He inflicted a little bit of casualties on these infantry. And here comes the Puma now. So he's going to call his bluff on it. So it looks like the motor pool is just going up right now, having just built a supply yard. So this Puma really doesn't have anything that could challenge it right now. There's a chance that there are sticky bombs, but there's really no chance of there being any sort of a anti-tank gun lying out there. So I kind of want to see him just run on in there and do a lot of damage to infantry, but I think AFKNinja is going to play a little bit more conservatively because, of course, he doesn't know what I know about this. I always have the unfair advantage of being the commentator. So meanwhile, you can see, and this is a beautiful move here. Knowing that there's all of this overextended territory, AFKNinja opting to grab this strategic point first and just completely chopping in half all of ProPipe's territory. So you can see ProPipe is soon to not have any economy whatsoever. And now AFKNinja can grab all of these territories here at his leisure, basically. For the meanwhile, just a huge blob of riflemen here trying to reinforce, and it looks like ProPipe, is he going to go with the Greyhound or the anti-tank gun? I would expect an anti-tank gun, but perhaps, yes, it is a Greyhound coming out for him right now, and not wasting any time, he's going to go ahead and upgrade the armored skirts on that thing at the very least. Meanwhile, a second Puma armored car is out, and these things are now Vet 1, by the way, so AFKNinja definitely researching veterancy. Really, really strong map control right now. This Greyhound can do a lot of damage to these Pumas, though, if he gets good positioning. Its gun does a little bit more damage, of course, but the Pumas are just going to back off for the time being. And it looks like now, after all of this time, finally grabbing the map control that he needs, AFKNinja is now starting to grab victory points and just kind of forcing his opponent to recapture all of this territory. You can see that these mine-sweeping pioneers are capping this strategic point, and that's all looking pretty good here. Greyhound armor car now upgraded with a 50 caliber machine gunner, and this huge blob by ProPipe is now moving across the top trying to recap all this stuff. So just doing a good job making sure that his opponent has to cap stuff on that side of the map. I'm still surprised that AFKNinja hasn't touched this victory point, but that's okay. The game is still early. It is 486 points for ProPipe versus 408 points for AFKNinja right now. A little bit of Puma armored car, just kind of, I think he was shooting at the scout plane that just drove by. Second Puma here, just kind of the Pumas are backing off, and it looks like a third Puma coming out. Perhaps this is Burger's Puma. He does need something to challenge that Greyhound right now. Greyhound armored car moving out. He's got 24% health and 20% rate of fire, by the way. 24% health is a really, really awesome army item to have. And the Greyhound armored car is now moving on in here. It looks like he's a little bit curious, wants to try and put some pressure. Maybe even thinking about dropping a Greyhound mine somewhere in here.